Jan, thanks for joining us. Our topic is something that may not be the best dinner conversation, but it's a real health issue. The topic is hemorrhoids, and we like to start these Health Connection episodes off with definitions. What are hemorrhoids?
Hemorrhoids are swollen and inflamed veins in the rectum or the anus.
And what causes them?
Increased pressure. It's the price that you pay for walking on two legs. Four-legged animals don't get hemorrhoids because they don't have that increased pressure in the veins in the rectum. You can get them from being pregnant.
That's actually fairly common, isn't it?
Very common and very uncomfortable. Obesity, straining at stool, sitting on the toilet for long periods of time, even prolonged constipation or diarrhea can cause hemorrhoids.
I've heard of it being an occupational issue. Airline pilots, truck drivers, people that are seated for a long time in a kind of a fixed position. Is that true?
It can increase the discomfort. It can also increase the pressure if you have weakness in those areas.
Why are hemorrhoids so painful?
They become painful when they protrude into the outside of the body, and then they develop a clot inside, and that is exquisitely painful.
Is it possible to have hemorrhoids without knowing it?
Certainly. There are two kinds. Some are internal and you won't necessarily feel them, and some are external, and generally you can feel them. Not always are they terribly painful unless they develop a clot.
Over-the-counter treatments you see advertised on primetime television, treatments for hemorrhoids, do they work?
They do. They have their role. They're usually for more minor hemorrhoids, but they do provide lubrication and some topical anesthetic to ease the comfort and pain of itching.
How serious a condition is this? How serious are hemorrhoids?
They're a big nuisance, but they are not serious.
So treating them is a matter of getting comfortable and just getting relief from discomfort.
It is. You find things that are causing them and you try to deal with the source, and then you provide topical anesthetics or decongestant drugs that help decrease the amount of swelling that you have.
We talked about over-the-counter treatments a moment ago. When is it time to go past over-the-counter treatments and go seek professional medical help for hemorrhoids?
When they exceed your ability to take care of them, when you're not comfortable, you just can't seem to get any relief, then it's time for us to take a look at you and see if you're really dealing with hemorrhoids.
And if I do come to you, what sort of treatment would a medical professional be able to bring to the problem that you can't do at home?
There are a variety of things that you can do. One is a special rubber banding procedure that cuts off the blood supply to the hemorrhoid and helps it shrink and go away. There are medications that can be injected into the hemorrhoid itself that will shrink it and cut off its blood supply. There's always surgical procedures that can be done for ones that are too large to be dealt with in other ways.
Can the whole problem just be prevented?
In a lot of ways, yes, it can. You need to have good health habits. You need to move. Regular activity helps keep the blood supply moving. It improves the flow of stool through the colon so that you don't have a hard stool, increasing pressure in those veins. Keeping a good amount of fluid in you so that you're well hydrated and you have a soft stool. Making sure you have a high fiber diet. That's one of the easiest things to do, is to eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, because once you have a lot of fiber in your diet, your stool is not as hard and it's a lot easier to pass, and you don't have such high pressure in your veins down there.
Very well. Jan, thanks very much for your time.
You're welcome.